when you're between the ages of 35 and 45 and you have all these priorities that you need to focus on, especially by going to work full time, and you're so busy figuring out how you can actually lose weight and put yourself in the best shape that you possibly can be in, I want you to just get rid of these 10% I need rock hard ab goals and focus on getting to 20% body fat. Because if you're like the average American, you're probably closer to 40% body fat. And 40% of your body is fat? Ew. Let's drop that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the freaking gut. You don't want it. You don't like it. And you're psychologically prioritizing beers with the bros on the weekends. You're psychologically prioritizing visceral fat consumption, such as looking at burgers and fries. I'm from LA, the home of burgers and fries. McDonald's, Carl's Jr., Fabulous Burger, Tom's, In-N-Out. We created burgers and fries. We made it cool. Trust me, it's fire. It's smacking. It's delicious. But we have to move on. We have to move past the consumption being the priority. We got to stop looking forward to the escape and finally enter into the life that we have. And that's why, as a grown man between 35 and 45, looking to go to work full time, I work in the office. Do you? If you're working at home, you should be on a working pad all the time. I'm in the office. So we got to combat this sedentary lifestyle that just has us sitting, waiting for death, waiting for a heart attack, waiting for diabetes. There's no spiritual growth in sitting. The idle mind is the devil's playground. We got to make sure we're putting ourselves in God's hands. Become a flaming sword for the tool of righteousness. And the first thing that you got to do is look at the man in the mirror. Mike Jack even said that. We want to change the world. We want to change our families. We want to change our relationships. We want to change our interactions with everyone else. And more importantly, we probably want them to interact with us differently. We probably want them to respect us differently. We don't want the respect to be focused on just the money that we provide when our health is actually dwindling. It doesn't cost to walk. And that's why 8K steps is at the centerpiece of what I'm advocating for everybody who's over the age of 35, living a sedentary lifestyle, trying to figure out how they can get into better shape. Getting down to 20% body fat from wherever you're at right now will put you in a great position. No, you won't have rock hard abs and look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or The Rock, but you will feel so much better when your stomach isn't poking through your work polo. You're going to feel so much better when you don't have to figure out how to keep your stomach from showing because you full. Walking around with a belly, your back won't hurt as much. That lower back pain, because you think you have bad posture, your bad posture is coming from your lack of mental confidence because you don't keep promises to yourself when you say you're going to work out on a consistent basis. And on top of that, you have a physical body weight on the stomach. I see people when I'm walking on Manhattan Beach that are out of shape wearing weight vests. You already got a weight vest on. You over 30% body fat. You already have a weight vest on. You need to get down to 20% body fat. Then you could put the weight vest on to simulate like you're back at 30% body fat and continue to build the muscle. You got muscle. If you walking around with 30% body fat, you gotta be strong under all of that. I was 27% body fat 10 months ago. And then going to the gym, lifting weights 4 times a week, hitting the Stairmaster twice a week, hitting the average of about 5,000 steps in a day. And I dropped maybe 6 pounds. I dropped 6 pounds in an 8-month period. And I was unemployed. And then 2 months ago, I'm 211 pounds. And I'm like, I cannot go into work being a person who centers the coffee, the hangouts, the beers with bros, the sports, the hamburgers and fries, this false 4-step workout. What really pissed me off is that I still had to tell people I worked out. I had to tell people I was benching 225. I had to tell people I went to the gym today. My aura was one that required verbal. You can't even be a stoic man when your body and your excellence cannot speak for you. Why can it not speak for you? Because you're not excellent. What is excellence? A consistent daily grind and commitment to do your best. John Wooden had a definition for success. That success is knowing that you did your best to become the best that you're capable of becoming. And when we try to do too much and invest on our own and outthink the stock market, a lot of times the stock market wins. A lot of us have crypto type habits for our fitness. We want to see what we can do in 30 days, 90 days. And we're not even using the right strategy, when it would be a lot better if we just focus on compounding excellence, which requires an identity shift, which means I need you to be in the S&P 500 of body weight investments. So 2 months ago, I'm 211. Today, I'm 190, and I got down 21 pounds. And the first step of that was just getting rid of the intoxicants and then consuming any type of Mary Jane. Stopped consuming alcohol. I had 2 days in that 2 months where I probably had some drinks versus every weekend or a couple times during the week, just a beer to relax or a wine to relax. And then my cravings for burgers and fries dramatically went down. So I've had maybe 4 McDonald's trips and went to the had a burger and fries to watch the Duke versus UConn game. That's it. That's like 5 times versus 5 times a week. And I feel 5 times better going from 27% to 20% body fat. I feel 5 times better going from 217 pounds to 190 pounds. I feel 5 times better knowing that I'm 20% body fat and my stomach is not bulging through my work polo. I feel 5 times better that when I put my hands up, I'm not afraid of my stomach showing because it's flat. I feel 5 times better knowing that I kept a promise to myself to work out and be consistent. And every single day I've been getting 8K steps. In fact, I feel 5 times better because over the last 5 weeks, I've actually walked 12,500 steps. So within that 2-month period of losing 21 pounds, I've been actually increasing how much I'm walking because I'm finding it so refreshing and spiritually refreshing, mentally refreshing. My mental confidence through the roof. My spiritual awakenings through the roof. I stopped trying to do too much and started doing the same thing over and over and over again. They say that they fear the man that practices one kick 10,000 times versus a person that tries 10,000 moves. That's where that jack of all trades really starts to get you. And I used to be so proud to be a jack of all trades. But now I want to focus on really just mastering my craft. And physically, that means 8K steps a day. And then get active. The weights is the flux now. Am I doing 500 push-ups a day? Am I bench pressing today? I've been messing around with different type of weight exercises to see what's my 8K version of bench pressing and weightlifting and push-ups and pull-ups. I'm still figuring that part out, testing different theories, and I still lost 21 pounds, which shows me that 8K steps and the right diet are the core of the weight loss. And that's the focus. It's the core of me getting down to 20% body fat. And I know that weightlifting and doing a high reps amounts of calisthenics, like 500 reps, is great for me to be able to burn more body fat in a resting state than what cardio can do for me. But the consistency compounds by doing it each and every single day. If you're over 35, you don't want to keep running. Your knees is going to go out. You don't want to have to be dependent on having to go outside. Get the walking pad for the inside. Whether you work at home or not, I work in person, in the office. There's no walking pad in the office. But I do bring in my energy and my excellence every single day into the office. And it permeates throughout the entire building. It enters into the soul and the energy and the life force of all my colleagues, as they know that I'm the man who sets the standard for excellence in that office. I'm not the boss. I'm not in charge. But I'm damn sure a leader in that thing.